So many HVAC owners and business owners in general, obsess over lead volume. But if you have a lot of lead volume but no conversions, then it's really just noise. And so in this video, I want to show you how to do your lead to quote percentage to show you how efficiently your team turns demand into revenue potential. And so when this drops, it means that something inside is breaking. And so here, what I want to do is create this combo chart, which is the columns are the number of leads by month. The little black line here, the dotted line, is the benchmark, and then the orange line is your actual leads to quote ratio. And so here, if you've watched any of my other videos or the book, then you would see this data set a lot for the marketing section. And so it's a very in-depth data set and you get a lot of metrics from it. But for this specific video, you just need your lead date and time, either one of these. And then you need right here, if a quote was given. So what we're going to do first is we need to strip out the month and the year from either one of these columns. And the way we do that, I've already done it here, but to get the month, you use the text function. So equals text, go over to either of those dates is good, and then comma, and then 4 M's. And then now you can see you get the actual month. Like the word January, not the number 1. And then for year, it's the same thing, pretty much, same function. And I'm doing the other columns just to show you that you can do either one. But instead of 4 M's, do 4 Y's. And so now you have, the month and the year. And they're the same. So I'm going to delete this. I just wanted to show you how to redo it. And then everything that we want now is in the month, the year, and then the quote given column. And so the first thing we need to do is we need to get a unique list of the months and the years, so like January and so on. And so to get the unique list, essentially remove all the duplicates from here, just use the unique function. And so you can highlight month and year, press Control Shift down, and press Enter. And now you can see you have the full unique list of the month and the year. But what I want to do now is I want to remove this formula here. So I'm going to highlight the range, Control C, and then Control Shift V. So the next thing we need to do is, let's see, we need to calculate these 4 columns. So we need to get the number of leads. And so what this data set is each row is a lead. So to get the count of the number of leads, we just need to count the number of times, January 25 is here. And then February 25, and then so on, so on and so forth. And the way we do that, so this is the month column and then the year column, and this is the quote given column. So just remember the headings, because I'm not going to come back to this tab, because I want to show you that now that everything's in a table, we can do the formulas here. And by table, I mean you can see table design, and then this is the table name. So to put your data in a table, press Control T. If you download this file, which there's a link in the description, if you download the file, then it'll already be in a table. So we want to count the number of rows where it's January and where it's 2025, not or. It's and. So we're going to use COUNTIFS. This S is at the end is for multiple criteria. So COUNTIF the table, and you can remember it was the month column, right? So COUNTIF month is January here, comma, and then same thing, table leads, and then the year, comma, is here, cell C3. You sort of see the red little ants. And so now you have that. So you can just double click that down. And for here, we just need to add the quote column if it's a yes. So I'm trying to copy this because it's the same 2 criteria, but we're just going to be adding a third, comma, and then table, quote given, comma, and now you have the quotes given. And so to get a ratio, you just divide the 2. Pretty straightforward. If you press Control Shift and the number 5, you'll get a percentage. And then we have a target percent. And then underneath that, I'll do equals the number above it. And this way, it's so we can make it dynamic, right? So everything changes. Okay, so to create the chart, on the x-axis, the bottom, we want the date. So we're just going to combine these 2, like January and quotation space, dash space, quotations, and year. And so now we can get, month dash year. And then for the chart, we want to do the leads. We don't want to do the quotes given. And then we want to hold down the control key and highlight these two. And then go into insert and then recommended charts. And so this is looking okay, but the ratio is on the same axis as the column, meaning 0.18 is on the same axis as 500, as a maximum. So that's not going to work. So click on all charts, combo, and then now you can see for ratio here, we want it to be a line. And then we want it to be on a secondary axis, both of these. And now they're on this right axis here. Make it a lot bigger. And then we can call this, say, lead to quote conversion ratio percent, other way, percent by month. Okay, so a couple more things, just a little housekeeping, really, just to make it look a little better. So this green line, I'm going to double click, and then this little paint bucket, I'm going to make it black, and then I'm going to make it sort of dotted, and then I'm going to make it smaller. Like, I just want to see the line. I don't want it to take up too much real estate. I just want to easily be able to identify if the orange line is above or below, right? So above is good and below is bad, right? According to your target, but 20% is a pretty low target. Say it's 25, you can see that it goes up quite a bit. And the line, there's several more months below the benchmark rather than above it. And then finally, I want to add values. I don't want to add values to the whole chart, meaning like if you click here, this little crosshair and then data labels, but that's way too noisy. So what I want is just on the orange line. So I'll click the orange line and then I'll click data labels. And it's still hard to see. And the fix around that is just click on one of them, but make sure you can sort of see the boxes, and then you can increase the font a little bit. And then here you can choose a color. And so I'll just choose the color that's already there here. And now you can easily see, the percentages. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty fast video, 7.5 minutes. If you have any questions, shoot me an email. questions@databoards.io. If you want this file, you can download it. There's a link. If you can't find it, then again, just shoot me an email. And if you need some help structuring your data, in a format to where you can get all these insights, because this is just one KPI, you can get like 10 or 15 different very, very valuable KPIs, from this. And you can add these fields into Service Titan. It's still going to be manual entry on your, on the assistant side or a data entry, specialist side. But because, like, say, for example, you're getting, this is 12 leads on January 1st, but say you're getting 20 leads a day, 10 leads a day, just have somebody manually enter in this data. Because if you can get lead date and time, channel, customer type would be good, job type, sub-job type, location, lead cost, you can do a lot of KPIs, especially if you even get up to revenue, your gross profit, your customer service rep. If you were to add in a technician as well, you can do very valuable things. And so if you need some help doing that, shoot me an email, or there's a link to hop on my calendar. And if not, then I'll see you in future lessons.